Hello, welcome back to Super World Box. I thought we'd do a bit of simulation testing for this game. So I have an idea, and we're going to try it out today. I'm drawing a map of Europe at the moment, and I thought it'd be interesting to do a sort of Roman Empire thing. You can tell, obviously, because of the title of this video. But we're going to set the thing up as 200 BC or so. We're going to set all the major folks and tribes that are in the area, and just kind of let it go and see what happens. We're going to give a major advantage to Rome and Carthage and Egypt and the Seleucids, and yes, see where it goes. Right now, we're just drawing a map. And yes, by the way, some folks have mentioned in the other comments, you can go to the Discord of the game, and it is possible to download maps. And I'll try to see if I can figure out how to do it. I haven't really messed with it, but I guess it's pretty easy. And I'll throw those up there if I at some point. There's certainly better Europe maps and world maps that I have done out there. So, yeah. Anyway, we're going to see what this one does, and we'll throw some, mountains in there and get it all set up. One thing I didn't realize last time, I had a bunch of animals in there, and I thought animals were hunted or whatever, and I guess they're not chickens and sheep and all that. They're just sort of they just eat the grass. They're just kind of an annoyance. So I didn't put really very many animals on this one. It's mostly just people, and there's not really any god powers at all. It's just letting it play out. Right now we are putting in some forests and deserts and all that. Try to make it a little bit prettier with the scramble tool, which is very nice. I always forget. I started up with just a deep ocean, and I go put my land on. I should start with a shallow ocean, do the land, then do the deep bits. But I'll do a couple more changes here whenever we switch over to the game mode. I won't show the naming of the civs because that takes a long time. But I've thrown in all the stones and all the gold and diamonds, and putting mountains and snow caps and all that. Here we go. We finally have our tribes. So we can see who all we have. There are 17 of them now, and we have, of course, the Romans are up on top with 52 people in it. Carthage, Egypt are the next big ones, and you can see all the various barbarian tribes around here. Rome's a little bit crowded. There's a lot of folks in here. I fear that, well, this is a voiceover, so I've already seen my fear come true, but there's a lot of Romans in there, not a lot of space. Carthage, I tried to get Carthage a little bit bigger, but the orcs of Carthage didn't really want to cooperate. There's the humans of Egypt over there, the third largest one we have. We have the Seleucids up here, the dwarves of the Seleucid Empire, hanging out over there in the east. And all the various tribes. We got Thrace, Macedonia, the Illyrians. Who else we got there? We got Dacia and Lombard, who are probably going to be fighting each other very soon. We got Scythia and the Goths up there, which wasn't supposed to be there, but somebody wandered up there and settled, so I just named them that. And we got, of course, the Slavs up north. And the Germanic tribes, I couldn't decide who to put there, Teutons or whoever, so just Germanic. We got the Celts, of course, in England, and the Gauls are here in France, obviously, or in Gaul, I suppose we should say. And the Celtiberians are in Iberia. I didn't know who to put there. We just needed somebody there, otherwise it's just big open space. And the Numidians are, of course, in Africa. And of course, all the tribes just have, 3 or 4 people in it. So ideally, what my vision was here is that Rome would just sort of explode and would go conquering. It's the same thing with Carthage and Egypt, would sort of expand very big. Egypt obviously supposed to be like the Ptolemaic Empire, it's Egypt. And so ideally, I was assuming they would sort of expand and take over things and conquer Roman Empire-sized pieces of land before the barbarian tribes could really get any sort of foothold anywhere. That was my idea. So we're going to do the same things we did last time. We're going to fast forward this thing and let it sort of play out and see where it all goes. And as you can see, we're probably going to have, we are going to have a massive Roman die-off here in just a moment. I did a test after this to see if I could have maybe put less Romans in there to see if it would have helped out. It doesn't. But, Dacia's gone already. As you can see, the Lombards killed them off pretty quickly. But just sort of centering it up here, and we're going to go fast motion time. So we will cue the music, and we'll just let this thing just sort of play out, and we'll see where it goes. we've been going about an hour of simulation here, and it seems like the Gauls have conquered. Rome didn't do a whole lot. They tried to get across the Adriatic. They tried to throw a few spots in there, but every time they put something out, they got crushed pretty quickly. They didn't really expand like I was hoping they would. But they're still there, I suppose. They have some mighty fine-looking buildings. There's Gaul is now Europe, basically. There's not a whole lot left. The Goths are still up there in Russia. We still have Macedonia still looking all right. They've crossed over into Turkey. The Seleucids are gone, took out by Egypt just recently here at the very end. Carthage, I thought, was going to do really good. At one point, they were getting pretty big, and then they hit the Celtiberians, who seem to have exploded. The elven Celtiberians seem to have exploded over there in the Iberian Peninsula and into Africa. And the Celts did absolutely nothing. They threw a few cities just wildly across Europe at some points, but basically they just sat there and did a whole lot of nothing. So, yeah, there we go. I guess we're calling the win to Gaul. And congratulations, Gaul, I suppose. A lot of folks didn't last very long, but a few folks did. Yeah, interesting game. I was really hoping Rome would expand quicker, but it didn't. Just throwing out some Romans here just as an experiment to see if they could. Maybe they'll expand now that they have territory and farms and roads and buildings. Maybe they will now expand a bit. But I figure it's maybe it's the year 400 or so. Maybe know where I'm going here. And maybe there's some hordes coming soon. Maybe hordes is the wrong word, but maybe there's some Huns coming soon, who's about to completely change the everything about Europe. And I couldn't decide what to put in. Do we put zombies in? Do we put demons in? I thought zombies seemed like a nice touch. So what happens when zombies come out? They bite people, and then the people turn into zombies. So they should expand pretty quickly. And they're very growly as well. But we're letting them do their zombie thing. Lots and lots of Huns. Gonna ruin some folks in the east anyway. Hopefully they will expand west. We'll see about that. But oh yeah, show my borders. I wish I could just have it locked to show the borders. It's much more interesting. And the Goths are having a bad time. I don't know who to put up there. The Rus I don't think are around at this point. The Goths showed up, I guess, around now. Obviously they sacked Rome. They quite there. Bears, it's Russia. And now it's bears versus zombies. That's what's going on up here. And the Goths are basically all been turned into zombies. And they're now marauding Russia, essentially, at the moment. And just sort of hanging around, not really rampaging like I hoped they would be doing. But they're there, and Rome's having a bad time. They're not expanding at all like I hoped they would. I think they actually shrunk since I put people in there. So not Rome's day today. And there's a nice border there with the Pyrenees. It seems to have blocked Iberians in the Gauls there. See what's going on. Every time you see those little puffs of white is another human dying off, or another anything dying off, really. And the zombies seem to be doing a pretty good job rampaging to the east. We can see our Isle of Man. That was the name of my world. In 199 years, we had a 2,000 population, which I should have looked at this before I did all the rampaging. Carthage had the biggest terrain, and Egypt, of course, was the biggest city down there. Gaul, of course, 691 people. And this is even after being hit by some zombies. I should have looked at this before. And notice Rome's not there. Rome's dead. Rome died I looked away for what, 30 seconds, and Rome's dead. And now the bunnies are eating all the grass. So I was thinking to myself when I started this off, hopefully Rome will conquer everything. If they don't, we'll just end it whenever Rome dies. So, well, there we go. So we got to go out in style here. And I think maybe it's time for some demons to show up and maybe cause a bit of a ruckus here. At some point, anyway. There's that Pyrenees line I'm pointing out there. And the elves have some really cool looking buildings. I guess there's mods actually for the game. Also, you can come in, you can get, I don't know where you get them. I'm assuming through the Discord, and you can get some different looking buildings in the game. I don't know if there's any sort of gameplay mods or not. I haven't looked at it too carefully. But yeah, the Discord's where you find all that kind of stuff. All right, let's throw some demons in. Anything demons will just cause things to burn. And these are going to be the demonic Huns showing up in the east. And burning everything as they go. Everything's holding strong. All that really happened was the goths are dead. The zombies didn't do anything. They all just sort of hung around here at the in the east. And now it's just demons killing zombies. I'm not a very good destroyer of worlds kind of god, I guess. Well, we'll see. So that's about it. Though, of course, we'll have to destroy this place properly. But if you have any other ideas of other worlds to do, I'm all ears. I have ideas for one more that I may try. I may expand my world map as well and maybe add in a few more folks. It's difficult to get people to be where you want them to be because you can lay them down and they may just go running off, especially if it's like an island like on the world map. I tried putting people in Japan multiple times and they never wanted to stay. So it's like France and Spain. They never wanted to stay there. So I may see if I can maybe finagle it and work it in there to get it to actually work. But you can't place empires down. You place people down and sort of hope they build a city and claim an empire. It's the only really way of making things work. And you can go in there and rename the kingdom, rename the empire, which I obviously have been doing. So I think it's time to blow things up. I don't remember what I selected here. This is all voiced over. I'm kind of an idiot. I thought I recorded this with my voice, but I had the mute still selected, so I'm now voiceovering this again. And yeah, volcanoes. Pompeii, of course, the massive lava volcano of Pompeii, and of course the Matterhorn. What a volcano! Wrecking things, and the Wales one. They're causing lots and lots of lava. You can throw all kinds of terrible things out there, like acid geysers and tornadoes, of course. Earthquakes are just hard to do because you spent all the time building the world, and then you have to go and wreck it. They do look pretty cool, though, the way that they affect the terrain and break everything. They're rather interesting. That lava is pouring out. We can just drop lava from the sky as well. And of course, the year, what are we at? Maybe 450? The year the aliens invaded. So there's a lot of aliens, and they really like hanging around a few places. Oh yeah, they really like England. That's right. Lots of aliens in England. And they abduct folks, and zap them. And the Gauls are still holding in there, so we got to fix that. Drop some bowling balls in there. And where's the bombs? There's the bombs. Okay, there we go. Time to blow everybody up. It was fun. Thanks again for watching. One more? Anyone else? There we go. All done. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you next time.